Hello, welcome to One African Mission with your brother Dobia Anzanse. So please, if you are new here, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, follow us on Facebook, One African Mission. We are missionaries, and our mission, we are also on TikTok. Our mission is to see a united Africa. Our mission is to fight for the unification of Africa, because as we keep saying, before the Europeans could colonize us physically, they had to first of all send their missionaries, and the duty of them.
Why is it that we are unable to come together and speak our truth and demand that what needs to be done must be done? It's because they defeated us where it matters the most, which is the mind. It started with the missionaries in Africa long before slavery. They were sent by the Roman Catholic Church to subdue the Africans, make them believe that when you get slapped, turn the other cheek, and that your riches are in heaven. So by the
missionaries was to colonize our people mentally, mental colonization, which is the most dangerous weapon. Mental colonization. They colonized us mentally first before they could come in and colonize our people physically. So today, our mission here as One African Mission is to, first of all, decolonize the minds of the African youth. After decolonization, then we can now fight for a united Africa, because we believe that without unity, the African race will continue to suffer all over the world. Without unity, we will continue to be disrespected all over the world. We cannot blame ourselves, as we keep saying, for the Africa that we came to meet, the Africa that we inherited from our ancestors. We cannot blame ourselves for that, but we will blame ourselves if we handle the same Africa to the next generations. Because me and you know that the Africa that we are in today, we are not proud of it. The Africa that we are in today, we are not happy about what is going on against the black race all over the world. We are all going through like this because of the condition of Africa. So if we want to bring an end or a change, a dignified life for the African race, then we must make sure that Africa becomes strong. Africa is respected. If Africa is respected, black people all over the world will be respected. So please join the mission. Let us all together bring our energies to fight for a better Africa for the next generations, because we cannot afford to handle this same Africa to the next generation. We cannot afford it, because me and you, we don't want this same condition for this same condition for our children. Look at what this brother in Ukraine, look at how they are treating an African, and tell me if you want your children to go through the same to go through the same.
No problem.
Давай, ты хаваешь его?
Problem.
Ну ты его хаваешь и все.
No
Да?
problem. No problem.
Хаваешь?
No problem.
Ну хавай.
Давай.
Хавай.
Прекратите это делать.
Давай.
Прекратите это делать.
Быстрее.
Прекратите это делать.
Давай.
Прекратите это делать.
Ну, дальше.
Yes, so as you can see, this brother has been forced to eat banana against his will. This is Ukraine. They are speaking Ukrainian. I wanted to verify and find out if it is. So I sent it to a brother who is in Ukraine, and then he confirmed to me that it is Ukrainian. And then he saw this video, it's old video though. But is it relevant? The question is, why are they forcing him to eat banana against his own will? Because they are indirectly calling him a monkey. These are Ukrainians. These are the people that we have been forced as African people to support in the UN. These are the people that NATO is forcing African people to support them, to go against Russia in favor of Ukraine. And this is how Ukrainians are treating Africans in Ukraine. Why always we? Why always Africa? Why? What have we done to deserve all this? And this is the reason why we are calling on the youth of Africa to stand up, because we don't want to see African people or Africans going through all this. This is the reason why we are here talking. It is not just because we want to talk or we have nothing to do. It's so painful to see the black people all over the world going through this everywhere you find yourself as an African person. This is how people try to treat you everywhere in the world. And then are you surprised that they are treating Ukrainian citizens are treating African citizens like this? When the foreign minister of Ukraine or spokesperson for the foreign ministry of Ukraine was calling African leaders primitive.
Ukraine says African states don't have the power or the capability to resolve the conflict, saying that they're only using the visits for their own geopolitical goals.
The African delegation had no goal for settling the conflict or finding a solution. Obviously, this is not their task. It's not on their level or their competency. They just want to be on the information agenda and resolve their own issues, like increasing the amount of resources they receive primarily from Russia, including food supplies. The most important thing that they had to do was that information task in favor of Russia, by saying they don't see any missile in the air, that it all was an abstraction, a fabrication. This was a primitive attempt to win at information warfare.
And then saying that African leaders came to Ukraine to talk about peace, not because they really want peace, but because they are doing it to gain favor from Russia. Because they are hungry. A continent of 65% or 70% of the world arable land is hungry, and a tiny country like Ukraine is the one that will feed us. Africa, haven't we taken enough insult from everybody? Haven't we taken enough insult from everybody? Everywhere we go, this is how we are being treated. People calling us names. Why? Because Africa is not respected. And the reason why Africa is not respected is because Africa is not united. Everybody knows that Africa is weak. The Berlin Conference was designed to keep Africa at bay. And it is about time, or it is time for me and you, as the children of Africa, to stand up. To stand up, not to demand for our respect, but to earn it. By uniting Africa. If Africa is united, as we keep saying, one military, one passport, one currency, if Africa is united, Africa will be a force to be reckoned. Because we have everything. We have the manpower, we have the resources. So why are we lagging behind? We should, like the youth of Africa, stand up and demand and earn your respect. We cannot continue like this. We deserve better. You as an African, you know you deserve better than what you are getting today. We need to stand up. Enough should be enough. We must put aside all our differences as African people and unite this continent, this great continent, and make it better. Not just for us, but for the next generations. Our children will be proud of us, just like the European children are proud of their ancestors. They will be proud of us if we are able to leave a better Africa for them, so that they will not be dying in the Mediterranean Sea, so that they will not be treated like animals in Asia, so that they will not be treated like animals in China, so that they will not be treated like the way this brother has been. They are forcing him to eat banana against his will. Why? Because he has left a better continent like Africa and traveled to Ukraine in search of so-called greener pastures, which doesn't even exist. It doesn't exist. But we will do everything to run away from Africa, to end up eating banana against our will. African people, it is about time we stand up for ourselves. Nobody is gonna change the situation for us. Nobody. There is no any American, Chinese, or Indian or European that is gonna change the condition of Africa for us. It is me and you. We are going to change the condition of Africa, and it's gonna start now. The Zion train is here now. Join it. Let us all stand together. Let us all come together and fight for a better Africa, so that our children will not be humiliating will not be humiliated like this guy is. He's been humiliated. It's so disheartening when you see Africans going through like this. It's so disheartening. It's so painful. We are here to awakening the minds of the African. Please join the mission. Let us all together bring an end to this dehumanization. Enough, it should be enough for us. Thank you very much for coming around.